Person moves abide, dancing with a curse. Europe bends collide, feel the universe. Person moves abide, dancing with a curse. Space we fly, raving in the night. Party all around, feel the beat take flight. Europe and America united by the bass. Curvy butts don't bite back, we dance in our own space. Don't be missing out, feel the rhythm flow. Everyone's invited to this cosmic show. Stars above us shine, music lifts us high. We are one tonight, underneath the sky. Europe and America united by the bass. Curvy butts don't bite back, we dance in our own space.
All right, everybody, let's get it going. No need to wait. Turn the tunes back down. That's from our Star Trek Fleet Command 2024 album we made. For those curious, I get asked all the time, and Jules really wanted it, so hey, we've been using it more. Good little background music. Good to see you. Welcome in. Hope y'all doing well. Hopefully y'all are doing amazing, actually, not just well. Hope you have had a great weekend. And yeah, it's a lot of stuff to do today. That's pretty normal. It's Sunday. Don't forget your anomalous phenomenon. If you're out there, you're playing Star Trek Fleet Command, obviously, because you're here. That makes sense, right? So, with that in mind, do your anomalous phenomenon. Doesn't matter if you're level 20 or you're level 60. You want those speed ups, dang it. Now, obviously, I will admit, I mean, the higher level you go, maybe the less that older content matters. And yeah, it definitely needs to end up in the IA building. But you know what? Who said it's not? Who said it's not? Good afternoon, Kevin. Good to see everybody. Welcome on in. Hope y'all doing absolutely wonderful. And I'm going to be doing a lot of things here in the background. So if you're curious, I'll be doing rep grinding, because that's the biggest thing holding me up. And then I'm also on stream, probably blowing through a lot of the Latinum I have, as well as the materials I have, because I'm trying to get everything spit, polished, and done as I'm about to move to 60. So that's exciting. What level does the Revenant need to be before I scrap it when it's tier 5? So actually, let me, this is a great opportunity to bring up everybody's favorite word that starts with the S, spreadsheets. Let me go find the spreadsheet for the Revenant loop. We actually have that posted in it, and I just want you to be able to see it. So here we go. Where's my scrap? All right. So make sure it's on the right side, literally, because sometimes it shows up on the left side. There we go. Boop. It's on the right here, as in like it's usually off the screen. All right, but as you can see, scrapping tiers, tier 5, tier 10, tier 15 with levels provided. So similar to like the Fisha and stuff, you don't technically have to take it to 25, but at least 21. There you go. Should I camp at 48, 49, or 50? Out of all those, if I had to choose Fabio, I would choose 50. It's right at the end of G5, so you're still gonna be in your G5 leaderboards. And I'm sorry, G4. You're still gonna get your G4 leaderboards. I would build your ship. You know, maybe you want an Enterprise A, maybe you want a Tribune, especially if you're looking into the future. We talk about scrapping ships. We just did a video about that this past week. You know, definitely something to look at, pick you up one. It'll help you down the road as well as where you're at right now. So that's to the left for me. Well, it's to the left. Okay, what I'm saying is I had to move it to the right because this part is normally off screen. I'll just show you what I mean. Because different pages have different places. Like a lot of times it's like this. So I had to move it to the right. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You snap. So, yeah. What's up, High Tone? Good to see you. You're messing with me, Jen? How dare you mess with me? But anyway, this is the chart for the Revenant and the scrapping pattern of it. This is, of course, in the Discord in the Volunteer Charts channel. If you don't have the Volunteer Charts channel, then you absolutely should. If you don't know where that is, I guess honestly I could show you where that is real quick. Well, uno momento, por favor. That's one moment, my friend, in Portuguese. All right, so here's my Discord. If you need a link to it, it's in the description. But Here's my announcements channel. If you go on the left side here, scroll on down. I've got way more channels than y'all do. So, anyway, not that one. Useful link, Star Trek charts right here. STFC charts. If you have the STFC role, you'll see that channel, and then volunteer charts channel. We've got all the things in it. The most recent thing is this one right here, ported over from the officer tool, but we've got all kinds of stuffs in there. Locations for the Fatu crate, etc. All these get saved in here, and you can also, of course, use the search menu to find what specifically you might be looking for. So, back out of there. Minimize that screen, and now we're back so I can get some rep grinding in. What's up, John? How are you doing? Good to see you. Welcome on, everybody. What levels? Oh, already answered that one. What? Does the Disco Refinery offer Sigma speedups when you go G6? Sorry, Domo. Look, put it this way. If you want Sigma speedups in G6, the easiest way to do it is the way that I've been repeating. If you're a G6 player in the chat right now and you want to add waste, feel free. But the main, easiest way every day for you to get more G6 speedups is go grind in Mirror Terex. You get your rep, you get Sigma speedups. This is the way. Specifically, you want to do the 68s because the 68s can drop the 15-hour speedups versus doing like a 61 hostile, which maybe drops a 15-minute speedup. But I don't know if I really meet people who can't do the 68s who are in G6. So it's doable for everybody out there. Get your grind in. That's how I do it. Now, Ballybomb says an easier way is to buy a pack. Said like a true level 70, my friend. And yes, Ballybomb is a level 70. Now, we don't shame him for that, but we do question life choices. Love you, buddy. How are you doing? Hope you've got some mirror vouchers. Ballybomb, for those that don't know, is a regular. And on Twitch, they were complaining about a month ago because they had done this method so much, they ran out of mirror vouchers. And how many people in the chat actually run out of mirror vouchers? That's a unique level of high-end grinder, I would say. That's somebody really dedicated to their craft. If you manage to run out of mirror vouchers in 2025, that's special. But it also means, by the way, that there are a lot of free-to-play ways for players to do stuff like this now in G6, which makes me a little bit jealous a little bit. Am I going G6? No, not yet. I'll be at level 60 for a while. But that said, and we talked about this last night, G6 is now easier to get into than at any point. That should be logical, natural progression of the game. So you're seeing more and more people in the free-to-play / light spin range getting up there who have been in their game a while. So, it says I do the 61s and get about a few days in a run, but I can't reach the 68 yet, so it's my only way. Jen, warp range is an issue. That said, really, because Jen, you've gone up to like 63, haven't you? Surprised you don't have warp range 800 yet. Surprised you don't have warp range 800. But maybe I'm misremembering what level you're at, Yennefer. Oh, you're at 61. Okay. I thought you had moved up to 63. So that's my mistake. Come to find out, Rev makes mistakes. It's wild. I know all of you expected perfection. I want to apologize right now. But I do appreciate y'all still watching my content knowing I'm imperfect. Memorizing where all 260,000 players are in STFC should be my goal. And I'm personally ashamed. Quazel, good to see you. For those that don't know, I'd like you to say a big thank you in the chat to Quazel. Quazel is one of the people in the background, one of the people who does data entry, one of the people who does spreadsheets. There's a lot of help to people like me, Samo, Jules, all the other people you know. You might not know Quazel, but everybody, if you're in there, say thank you to Quazel when you see him in the Discord or you see him here in the YouTube channels. Always thank the people doing a lot of great behind the scenes. Like, it's a green screen. He's behind the green screen. Yeah, very much appreciated. Shout out to Quays and all the others who do great work. Welcome in, Major Samo, as well, one of our other content creators, for those who don't know her. See, for example, Perfection, doing the good work. All hell Quazel. There we go. We love to say it. We love to say it. Good to see you. By the way, if y'all are here and you have questions about tournaments, what I'm doing to prep for 60, these are all the things we're discussing today. Because I'm excited to get my Enterprise D, but me ignoring rep definitely has bit me in the butt a little bit. Because I have not done major rep grinding, and I've been the bad guy who doesn't even turn on his rep events. So don't be like Rev. I'll say this all the time, be better than Rev. I don't have that far to grind, and it honestly won't take that long, but I still got to do it. And I've been watching this SLB to see how far I'll actually push. Like maybe I could push to 58, right? Just trying to see what that top score is going to be and how much I want to really dive into it. This is about 3 times lower than it was last week. So very well might see Rev making moves. Burn through everything. That's also an option, right? Why be strategic when you can just upgrade everything? Why be strategic at all? You need to rep grind yourself. And again, mirror universe. If you're in G6 or above, sorry, I don't know why I said that, G4 or above, mirror is the place. I recommend it for everybody. Even if you're hey, I'm a new G4. I'm only level 42. Yeah, I'd recommend mirror. It's all 3 factions. It's good rewards. It's ship parts, the broken parts you're going to need to do your turn-ins. So I would definitely recommend. Did you see the Mission Key Hunter task? I mean, I know there's a Mission Key Hunter task. What specifically about it? What specifically about it? Let me go ahead and here I can get all these click to active. Click to active. You wish you stayed at 60? At 61 is tough to get everything done? It can be, yes. It can be. There are benefits to 61. There are drawbacks to 61. I will be holding back a little bit, but that's okay. Just put 15 billion lock using mirror to grind. That's greatly, and that's what I'm going to be doing. It's actually what I'm doing right now. For those curious where my reputation is, I was actually talking to my alliance last night. I need to run more of the new formation armadas because that helps with rep grinding as well now. But I'm at 12.1, 10.7, and 9. Where I'm at right now. For those that don't know what I'm referring to, as you level up, here your encrypted exchange. It's a great way to get rep. But to get that currency, I need to do these boxes, which require doing formation armadas. So I got to do that to get what I need to do that. You know what I mean? Keeping everybody up to date. So the first tournament, I did 3 10K tasks every day. I did it without spending besides battle passes. Love to hear it, John. And hopefully that is a result of amazing content creators like a Ginger that you may know, who's helped give you all the information you need to make that happen. Hopefully that's the reason. But I'm happy to hear it. I have not done 10K tasks every day because sadly I didn't have enough saved up. So a lot of things I just can't do. Like I did my temporal disruptor one already though. Like I did this a couple times, but I've not been able to do 10K every day. Now I still have gotten a lot of good stuff in the store. And I'm looking forward to the rewards, and I'm looking forward to the next time around. I can get the binary cutter, so I can get more armored Voyager. And I've gotten a lot of the primes now. But yeah. See. James Vaga, good to see you. Got 5 10K tests, and that makes me so happy to see. Right? I know Scopely wants to make their money, but if I can help y'all do it without paying Scopely, well, that's a win to Rev. It's a big win. Get all these set up in the queue. Beat Jazbo to a baddie in game? What? Wait, as in like the Jazbo, like the one who's currently the 2nd strongest player in the game, Samo? See, I remember things. I just don't remember Jennifer. I just don't remember Jennifer at all. Yeah. Who's Jennifer? Why should I remember her? Nobody. He's in your server? Nice. See, I know people. I know people. Wait for Fat Bearded Math Teacher to come in. Taking tips is hat to Rev. Well, James, I appreciate all of y'all. And it's all because of amazing people like y'all that we can actually do the thing. Why would you say my full? Because your name is Jennifer. Jennifer. You did a few acquire G6 uncommon materials, and see that's great, John. Because that's great. Now that you've moved into G6, you can use your choice rewards to pull that off, right? And I think that's one of the big benefits of going to G6 now is being able to have more of those available in Alliance tournaments. Now, am I saying that's a reason by itself strong enough to go into G6? I wouldn't say that, but it is a definite benefit to you, right? Just like not just choice rewards, but just like going into G6 is going to help make, assuming you do the ships, make your Borg cube far more valuable. I mean, that's dope. There are definitely good payouts there. Not to mention that new tools in the game like the Revenant are certainly making it far more accessible for everybody. Get the materials they need. It's never enough, but we're getting there. Getting there. All right. You might want to hit the like button for Rev. Well, thank you, Arctic Dread. I appreciate it. Yeah, hitting the like button helps out the channel a lot. What helps out the channel more is getting your entire Alliance and server to come to the videos, ask questions, and subscribe to the channel. So, Getting the Swarm Prime is a good thing for lower level players to help them have a stock of tokens. They're ready for upgrades regardless of say mats on hand. So my counter to that, Sea Engineering, is I don't even do Swarms. I think Swarms is dead content. Now, to your point, let me tell you the argument for doing that. We know that the Franklins at some point will get added into the IA building. Like, that's not even in doubt. We know what's going to happen, right? Well, we know how the IA building works. You need to have the ship maxed out. So if you haven't done, like my low level account, my level 29 we were talking about, or we talk about all the time, does not even have a Franklin. But I should get one, and I should work on that loop at some point because we know it's going to get added to the IA building, right? Since we know that's going to happen, we need to prepare for that. Because at the end of the day, nobody here in this community, in this chat, probably wants to have their archive with a ship that they haven't touched and they can't collect. Everybody wants goodies. So obviously, we just got the amalgam added. We know that the Franklins, Disco, the Stella are all on their list. And I can tell you, I mean, Samo might know too. There's another IA update coming in the future. Can't tell you when. That's an NDA. But at the same time, I can at least tell you it's happening. Like, they didn't come into here going, oh, well, the amalgam is all they're ever getting. There's more going to be added. In fact, it's not too far in the future where you're going to see entire new rows. So I think that's good for obviously multiple people, multiple players. I love that. So hopefully we'll have, happy players because, well, I need to be happy. And considering the game has grown, this is mind-blowing because we went through a rough year. But where the game is now population-wise compared to 2 years ago is much healthier. It's actually gained people. And I think that's because we've seen things like the IA building and mechanics that aren't as bad as Starbase Assault. But we'll see. Get rid of the Stella? I wish. Speaking of things I don't have on server 20 or on server 710 level 29, a Stella. I do not have a Stella, but you did remind me that I actually need to go check my Rogue store, see if I can do the turn in so I can get more Stella. I'm 30 blueprints away from my first Stella. And yep, I can get 10 more. Now I'm 20 blueprints away from my first Stella. Thank you, Jennifer, for reminding me. Because honestly, that grind is something I've put off back in my mind. No. Our Starbase is getting very close to being completed. It needs a rework. I agree, Ballybomb. I mean, even so the highest alliance on this server that you're watching right now is IA. And when I was in there, they have a bigger Starbase than we currently have here, but even their Starbase wasn't like maxed or anything. So many people have just like given up on the Starbase and don't see it having the value that other things do. Now, how long does that last? Well, until they actually provide a reason to like the Starbase. I still think people should build it. Don't get me wrong. But as you see with the new daily, and I talked about this in my Starbase video I just put out. Oh, they just announced the next arenas. We know it's tomorrow, but they announced any changes. Hold on, let me look. ADD, Squirrel, etc. Look. Yep. Okay, cool. Same thing. We'll be doing that tomorrow night on Twitch. If y'all want to jump in and participate. I do try to play with y'all. I know this is a crazy thought, but I try to play with players on public squads now. So if you want to play with Rev in Star Trek Fleet Command, normally on Twitch, the only game you can play with me in is War Thunder because this game doesn't have the capabilities. But hey, got it now. So public squads tomorrow night. I'll be there if you're on the US servers and in that region. Maybe we can play together. It'd be a lot of fun. Can I see your NX01 to screenshot what level it's at? Oh, it's maxed, Mark. My NX01 is maxed. It's tier 12, level 60. Now, if you want to see it, I can show it to you. But it's maxed out. Currently repairing, but here. Can you join a 68? Nope, not possible. Now I can fight a 68. But here it is. Got a random armada crew on it. Ran some Zindi modas last night. Yeah, I got it done. Thankfully, the NX01 is not too bad to get going. Specifically, once you get the refit, and the refit means you'll never run out of tokens again. So, for those curious, I know a lot of y'all don't have the NX01 or didn't have the NX01 as long as I have. Here's the method that I did to get it as quickly as possible. Upgraded. You want to go after the refit first. that you get as many tokens as possible to make sure that you're always able to do full pulls of these Indie Aquatic Exchange and then go after Picard Q. Right? You really want this refit. Not only does it give you resources, but it gives you enough tokens to where you're never run out of tokens. Like I've got a stockpile of like 250 of these tokens saved up for going after the battleships. And you just want to be able to pull this box full pull as much as you can. And that's how I got to where I'm at. So is there a better warp range than the NX? I mean, generally, for the average player, no, the NX is going to be the top, at least for the moment. So, all right. Let me look real quick. Ooh, let's see if we can find that 10K task. Maybe we can roll for that 10K task. Maybe we can roll for that 10K task. Let me get this rep grinding going again. I don't want to run out of time and not have done enough grind. I get about 300-ish million rep every time I do this with an NSEA. I could do better in certain systems, especially if I did 2-for-1s, but like I could bring my Sompek and stuff in here. But I'm honestly just trying to do a little bit. I mean, if I do 2 runs a day, in less than a week, I will have the rep needed to build an Enterprise D. Now, reminder, there are still a couple things I need to do before I can build my max Enterprise D. Number one, I'm scrapping a ship right now. I'm scrapping another ISS Jelly. But I need to actually get to level 50, and then I have to scrap the Enterprise A I have. So sadly, it's not a process that you can just do in one day, but you can definitely get that process going. I mean, this time next month, you're going to see a level 60 account consistently on the stream. Any other G6 related, 60 is G6 adjacent. Any other G6 accounts you've seen on the stream are accounts that I've been able to play on. So this will be one that you see every day. Because I can play on certain accounts, I don't put those on the screen for, I think y'all know, obvious reasons. But this will be one that is up there. That's also why we have that other account. We're raising up into the 30s and 40s so that I'm always around where the masses are because, well, y'all are important. All right, I don't need that. Reroll. And don't need that. Reroll. I can't unlock the slot. All right, let me go. Now that some of the artifacts have become available to the community without money, does Scopely have any plans to adjust the fusion rod acquisition? Not that I'm aware of, no. Fusion rod acquisition is a slow, painful process. Let me rotate that. Why are you not letting me rotate? I can do that, but I don't want to do that. Why are you not letting me rotate this one? There we go. That's a free-to-play one, but I don't want to do that. I gotta pray I get what I'm looking for. I pray. Where can I get the cube ability for multiple hostiles? So Fabio, to get that free-to-play is actually in Alliance tournaments. You need to be in Masters League. That is the Kishara artifact right here. Kishara artifact. You can get it free to play if you're in Masters League. I would say this. The Kishara is useful enough that even if you had to leave your alliance and temporarily go to an alliance that's in Masters League, like let's say you know Alliance tournaments is coming, I would go into that alliance for a week, do tournaments, get Kishara, and go back to your group. It is very useful to have. It's very useful to have. So, but you got to be in Masters League to pull it off. That's another free-to-play one. I don't have that one. Can't do that. These are free-to-play, and I hate rolling free-to-play ones, but I'm looking for a specific one. All right. Any chance I can reduce the time for task to reroll? I wish. No idea. You want the Transwarp? I have that on both a level 29 and level 56 account. Fantastic addition for your Borg cube for different reasons. I actually use that a lot at level 56 for the instant warp feature, but I use it more at level 29 because a 350% hull boost for a Borg cube at level 29 is a huge amount. I mean, it pushed my cube over 1,000,000 power. So, different reasons for why that could be valuable for different players. Yeah, Fabio, strongly recommend picking up the Kishara free to play. So, you have to reroll a 10K to get another 10K? Yes, Retro. In fact, I covered this in a video. These are set into groups. There are 3 distinct groups. We actually have it in our spreadsheet. I'm so disappointed in you, Retro. You don't watch every video I do with absolute loyalty. Here, let me pull up the list. I'll show you what I'm talking about. But no, they're split into groups. 1 second. Where is that? Here it is. So, you snap, split into groups. So your main 10K task group is group 3, and there's 3 of those. You have group 2, which is 5 different ones, which is going to be mostly your 8Ks. I think there's a couple of grind 10Ks that appear in group 2, but the main ones we focus on are in group 3. And then you have group 1, which is everything from the 750s up to the 5Ks. So when you re-roll, you're re-rolling in that group. I'm re-rolling group 3 right now, specifically group 3. That is in the spreadsheet. Just to ad nauseum say the same thing on repeat, is in the Discord if you don't have it already. All right, Epic Dominion. That's not the one I want, but it's, hold on, do I have that one? Let me go look. It's almost the one I need. I just need the Borg one. Yeah, I can't do that for a day. I can't do that for a day. All right, we need to set this up because we're limited on time, obviously, in the Mirror Universe, and I don't want to waste time here, as in I want to get as many hits as possible. All right. You can buy the directives? Yeah, Mihai. Yeah, I'm going to go spend money. Yeah. Look, I'm not opposed to spending money in the game. Y'all seen me buy, y'all saw me buy a $100 pack in December. I'm not built like some of y'all are built, so I've got a free to play it. Oh, you mean from the tournament store? Yeah, that's also a terrible option in my opinion. Why would I buy something to complete a task? Now, I get where you're coming from, but I would rather not do that. I personally would rather not do that. I get where you're coming from. Now, that said, I can't say that I've not used that store for other things, but not for that. You have 94,000 credits saved. So, Mihai, I had a high number of credits, but I spent them on primes, ship skins, and actually now, talking about PP Arenas tomorrow, these 3 officers, as you can see, or these, Tiana, and then Shax and Billups, to help with my PvPs. To help with my PvPs. So, there we go. Got too many people grinding in here right now. But yeah, this is the Kishar artifact, again, is 100% free to playable now. Go after it. Yeah, I need the epic Borg one. I'm re-rolling, but we'll keep up. All right. Just talking to my alliance real quick, letting them know what I'm doing, specifically looking for the Borg one. I'll leave that one up because people really want that one. That's a good one to do. Somebody picked it up. There we go. My dyslexia, I thought Alliance Tournament was going to start less than 21 hours, 33 minutes. Nope, that would be PvP Arenas. However, I actually do want them to start showing that on the screen. I want there to be a timer and stuff for tournaments. That'd be great. Why are there no mining tasks? I don't have an answer to that besides mining is the worst thing in the game. Obviously, that is Rev's opinion, not a fact. That is a subjective opinion. But, yeah, that would be the reason. My reason. Mining is terrible. Hate it. I don't even like doing it for ticket events, but I got to. Because I need the trend. RV says it's a fact. It's a subjective fact. All right? I know too many players who legitimately love having 8 docks of nothing but miners going crazy. So, I just know that there's other play styles than me, and I have to acknowledge them. But yeah. You can't spend money mining? Ho, John. That's not true. You don't want that sexy gold skin for your miners? Level 68. Got that credit card. How much outrage do we need to cause to get Scopa to finally move arenas to another day? I mean, you need a pretty significant outrage. You need a pretty significant outrage. Just honest answer. A spill when absolutely necessary or affordable, but lately I've been free to play, which is good that we have mini pass at the top of the mountain. Yeah, and I would say that there have been, I know some people are going to call me a shields, but there have been some really good purchases in the past couple of months that haven't been $100 packs, right? Valentine's Day, we had the extra battle pass, 20 bucks, lets you reclaim both tracks of the battle pass. That's a good one, right? The weekly offers have been putting in various things, whether 20 or 50 bucks. Some of them being good, some of them not. I mean, we've actually had some pretty decent ones. Now, there's still terrible stuff. Like the artifacts that came out this month, I think are absolute trash. Like the Unlocked Dispatch. This would be great if it wasn't basically a multi-tier prime. Like, what this thing actually does, I think, is good. But the fact that it's $100 for 40% efficiency in the beginning, that's terrible. All right, so there's definitely good, definitely bad. I like some of the things they put in that are lower price. In fact, some of the best value packs they've made the past 3 months have been cheap packs. So hopefully that continues. Maybe that's a trend. Mining tasks will open more options for G2 and G3. So Walter, the G2 and G3 options were grind events they've made, which is what I have to do. I have grind Romulan events. I've got grind Borg probe events, got grind swarm events. That's what they added in for G2, G3. Hey Darkin, how are you doing? Welcome in, my friend. Hope you're having a fantastical day. All right, I will go ahead and cancel my queue now, assuming that survives. I should have done my little ability. Did it blow up? Yep, it blew up. All right, fine. I was gonna keep the parts. I don't really need the parts, but in one hit, I'm gonna break the bank. All right, let's see if we get this to re-roll. Get this to re-roll. Love it when others mine so I can borrow the resources. Hey, OPC is OPC. We definitely are full facilitators and supporters of that methodology, that paradigm, that conquest. I'm a fan of it. All right. Well, the weekly packs $20 surely were nice, but they replaced them for $50 packs. So much for that. It varies, man. Week to week, month to month. You're just going to have that. I mean, I've said this before. There's been some great low price packs, and I would say $50 is still a low price pack. But we know that the goal will always be, and will never stop being, to push people to $50, right? So, is what it is. I know there are some people who say they'll never spend more than $20 at a time, and that's fine. But no. Does your Armada store reset every even ops level upgrade? The Armada store, as in tournament one? Or you mean these turn-ins, these chests? Oh, I gotta do my Zenny pack. Hold on. Big pull. What we get? What we get? What we get? Take the rares. Nice on the directives. And you know, I'm happy about it. I do like getting the Eyes of Ara, though. That helps with my free-to-play 10K task for Temporal Disruptors. Need as many of those as I can get. The heck just buzzed my phone. Hold on, let me check. Is that my wife? Nope, not my wife. All right, we're good. We're good. T5 rare. Go ahead and get that pull in. So yes, these chests will adjust by level. Depends on what level you are. For example, in G3, it is every 2 levels. But yeah, I mean, every couple levels, generally speaking, I wouldn't say they really change, but they will improve. Again, that does depend on your level. So what you see in the chest, for the most part, stays the same for like epics and rares. But it can adapt to go from showing, you know, rare ships to epic ships if you're not of the appropriate level yet. So, love the new 2-week SMS for officers. I've got Interaction Giorgio at odds 45 free to play. Nice, Time Lord. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm happy to hear you're enjoying it. You swap that. I do need to get ready for tomorrow for PvP arenas. That's got to happen. Full on moving things around. All right, little sick with pneumonia. Glad you're streaming. Otherwise, I just fall asleep. Well, I'm sorry to hear that you're feeling bad, but I hope that we can help make your day a little bit better, a little bit brighter. And I'm glad that you're here. Because right now, you're just going to watch Rev do a lot of rep grinding, which I know is the most exciting content Star Trek Fleet Command has to offer. Is watching the NSCA hit red triangles for 2 hours. You know what? We got to do it. We can also see if anybody's OPC in here. Anybody OPC in here? Have I been mining? No? Nobody's been mining? Darn. You built the Revenant today. Congrats, Skyway. Revenant's super handy, super useful. Do really like its loot. Don't have any boxes I can pull for y'all, but you can see I do be pulling my boxes. And again, titanium, materials, speed ups. Revenant is a fantastic addition. If you're wanting to progress in the game at a quicker pace, this is a good way to do it. Very good way to do it. Listening to Rev while recalking the bathroom, waiting on my rare Borg chests for ATs. Very nice. Yeah, come do my bathroom. I need to do that as well. All right. Post it every 40 seconds. I don't know if somebody's re-rolling or it's about 30 to 40 seconds it takes to refresh, or you can just reboot your PC. Or not your PC, reboot your client. And I hate just staring at the screen. A bummer. See, somebody just did a reroll. I have too many people doing it at the same time. You're re-rolling? Oh, hey, King. How you doing, King? Yeah, I'm trying to get the, I've got my Borg box, King. And I've re-rolled the uncommon free-to-play 10K task for the export credits. And I hate doing it, but like I need that specific one. I need that specific one. Advice for first-timers in Arena. What level are you, Eddie? What level are you? Wow, we got a lot of people refreshing right now. Whose bright idea was it to put a 30-minute timer on Fleet Commanders? Well, as opposed to when it was 6 hours? What do you mean? Would you rather it be 6 hours? You're 40? So at that level, Eddie, you want to focus on speed builds and support builds. So Cerritos, Mantis, lots of speed. And your goal is to hit the hostiles, launch the armadas, and support your guys, and then sting the other guys. That's your role. Don't even worry about trying to go in there and destroy ships. You don't give a heck about PvPing anybody. You go in there as a support guy. You're trying to make your strongest guy strong, their strongest guy weak, and run the armadas. That's your MO. All right. Speed crew is dead in arenas. Not at level 40, Nick. Not at level 40. If we work on Sundays, but it's great comfort here. Rev's voice dropping knowledge on my favorite game. The fact that this is your favorite game says a lot about you as a person. How you doing, EM? Appreciate you being here. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend. I hope work is treating you well. Hope you got that raise you deserve. Good to see you. Good to see you. Look at all the tasks, then click to store, then click tasks, and it'll refresh. That's not how that works. There's actually a time. It's actually a time. It's about 30 to 40 seconds. It'll do it, or you can just reboot the client. But yeah, just alternating here does not do that. I wish it did. That'd be nice. But can I clip that to tell my boss I need a raise? Viper, aren't you the boss? Viper, I thought you were the boss. What do you mean? I thought you were the boss. What do you mean? Boss of your department? All right, well, that's a boss. I guess you're not the one who gives raises then. But yes, you know what? You clip it. You clip it. Watch again. I came back to the game. Looking forward to everything new. Well, welcome back in. The game has definitely added a lot of things new and thankfully added a lot of ways to help players catch up if they've been around and gone a while. So welcome in. Welcome in. Hope you're having a fantastic day. If there's anything we can do to assist, we would love to do that. Ignore the mirror universe not accepting that I'm actually in the rift. Ugh. You feel that the prime building materials for $100 is good value for what you get? I'd have to look at it. I can go ahead and tell you that generally those are not things that I find good value, but I can look at it. Which tab is it in, Archangel? Because I don't want to go hunting for it. So, because I don't want to go hunting for it, but which tab is it in? Should I scrap my pylon at tier 11 or tier 12? I mean, tier 12 is significantly better in terms of the payout between the scrapping. You can go to stfc.space. I can show you if you'd like. Tier 12 is better. At the same time, that's a lot more rare parts. And obviously getting the interceptor and battleship rare parts is not near as easy. So, I understand if like you don't want to commit to that. Colin says 30-minute. Why do y'all dislike the 30-minute Fleet Commander timer when it was literally 6 hours? I don't understand the complaint right now. It's two people, so I'm legitimately asking. What is the problem with the 30-minute timer? What is the issue here? I'm literally just asking. They moved it from 6 hours down to 30 minutes. Why do we not like that? I don't understand. Explain to me why you're upset. Because I truly want to understand. I've seen multiple people say that. So I'm like, all right, well, I gotta figure this out. All right. Let me get a couple of these set and we'll go look at that pack. Starship tree. Oh yeah, I'll go take a look at it. Today's your birthday. Well, happy birthday, Denro. Happy 111th birthday. Or the Rings reference. So, let's go take a look. I also have to reset it. No, you don't. I think you two are misunderstanding how that timer works. So give me a second. I think y'all are both misunderstanding how the timer works. Are you talking about this pack? Which one are you referring to? You're talking about this? The Ultra? Or maybe I just don't see the pack here. It's in the store. It's under research. Oh, it's here. I might not see the pack you have. So, you think they're talking about here? Think you're talking about the Sex 31 station link? Annoying having to reset. Again, yeah, so I think both of you don't understand how the Fleet Commander works. All right, so the timer is not your Fleet Commander's only working for 30 minutes. That's not how that works, right? This is simply to seat them, right? So this is to unseat and reseat. If they're in the seat, they're all active. That timer is just the time it takes between when you can put somebody else in the spot. That's all that is. You don't have to just reset these every 30 minutes. That's not what that is. If anybody else thought that, that's not how that works. The 30-minute timer is just so when you can actually put somebody else in the spot. You do not have to reset these every 30 minutes. If you have them here, they're active. Every ability they have is active. Everything that, if they are in a chair, they're active. You do not have to manually redo it. That is simply there. This is only there just to limit constant flip-flopping the Fleet Commanders. They're active, right? So like this does not mean he's active. This just means I can't flip this Fleet Commander spot for 30 more minutes. Any chair is always active. These Fleet Commanders are always turned on. All their abilities are active. The chair is just there to determine when you can move them. So, what order shall I sit them? Sloan always has to be number 1. Sloan's always got to be number 1. And then, I'm sorry, Lorca. I'm literally pointing at him. Lorca's always number 1 because the first chair is the only one that has the slot for the special ability. And then these are probably my next 3 that are the best. But Janeway has really good uses for Q trials. I actually have her up a lot. Spock is great when you're about to upgrade your ops. And then Locutus is solid for PvP. So, back to the rep grind. All right, yeah, I was saying how it's long. But anyway, the first spot, you have to have Lorca there because the first chair is the only one that actually has the ability to do that over there. This little button. You have to have the first chair to activate that. Now, he's the only one with an ability like that you can activate. But the first chair in Fleet Commanders is the only one that has that. So, it brings a question of mine. Why does it matter if you constantly change them? What harm would this bring to the Scopely Kingdom? So, I mean, their logic is they don't want you to be able to just... Well, to be honest, I don't think the logic is really there anymore because they did lower it to 30 minutes. It was originally 6 hours to keep you from just hot swapping, meaning they have a big paradigm of the Scopely HQ that your choices need to have impact and matter. As in, if you make the decision to do this, then that needs to have an impact instead of you just immediately going, never mind. Whether that is something that y'all agree with or not is, you know, up to debate. But the logic is that choices need to matter, not just instantly going, well, never mind, I'm going to go do this instead. New question, how do you swap them? The chair. You click the red button. That empties the chair, and you put it back in the chair. That's what the red chair is for, and that's what the 30-minute timer is. When you get the option to queue attack, when you unlock the Kishara artifact, which you can get free to play in the Alliance Tournament store, or you can purchase for $100. I would recommend free to playing it in the Alliance Tournament store. Yeah. In the store, research tab, then Prime. All right. In the store, lag, research tab, Prime. All right. Lots of primes. Lots of prime. You said you like the Prime Station. So many primes I do not have. Ooh, boy. Well, that's not it. These, because I would not recommend. These are free to playable, so I definitely not recommend buying those. Building materials. These are all tied to specific primes, right? There's so many of them. My Lanta. Holy shnikes, Batman. Look, oh my goodness. I'm gonna need to make new merch. Like the 6th option. This one, Prime Building Materials claim. Nothing special about this. Besides this. Yeah, I would not say buy this. This just gives you a daily claim for your artifact gallery, District 56, War Room, and CC. Personally, I would not buy $100 or pay $100 for that. The only thing that would actually benefit me is the War Room. I would not buy that. Just asking my opinion. That's just another generic $100 Prime that wasn't even that valuable when it came out. Yeah, Sandra, I know, but honestly, I don't feel like that matters. I really don't. I don't think that's going to drastically improve an average player's gameplay. Now, if you're one of those people who just likes, you like to have the top stuff, sure, but little value to me. So, because again, what are we getting out of that? Well, ISO, to an extent, has been nerfed because of ISO defense. But even then, that ISO doesn't go up that high. Power creep's a thing. That ISO damage bonus goes up to 40 here, which again, I mean, more is more, but let's just look at the level 60 version. But I mean, officer stats bonus, we got so many of those. We got so many shield health bonuses. No, not worth it. And this is the only building in that list that has a bottleneck. So, yeah, definitely not worth $100 to me. Now, at the same time, somebody else can see value and want it, and that's fair. I think that's a waste of $100. Saved up War Rooms tokens, nice match resource. Sure, Quazel, my counterpoint to that, go free to play your Revenant and get more than the War Room can give you every day. It's like, keep in mind that like when I view this, I'm viewing this from the lens of somebody who doesn't have as much money as others who spend on video games, right? Not that I'm definitely not against giving free to play games money, right? I think that you should support the games that you play, but I'm very picky about what I buy. That is not worth it to me. That is the return. My ROI is extremely low for that pack versus a Revenant. So, no. Help with your artifact gallery and war room upgrades? Sure, I still would not recommend buying it. I mean, that's what it's going to do, but do you need that help? No. You know what will help your artifact gallery? There's multiple things that lower the cost of these buildings now that are free to play. Now, again, I'm not saying spending's bad. I'm just saying that's not something I would find value in. I think that's a waste of $100. But it's all perspective. It's all perspective. There is no wrong answer. It's your money. You spend it how you find value. For me, there's no value there. So, let's see. Does War Room give 4-star later? Yes, it does, Eddie. It does indeed. Mine already does. The rewards over here. I think it does. Oh, I can't see it. Never mind. I was hoping to let me see the rewards even though it's not active, but of course it doesn't. You want your light spinner, only buy if you need it? Well, that's fair. Again, there's nothing wrong with spending in this game, but depending on where you're at, different things will have different values, people, and that's fine. That's something that I don't think has value. And I'm coming from a lower spender perspective. I spend 100, it has to be a major help to me. Exactly. I agree those are helps, but that's not a major help. Because if you're just doing your normal progression and you're focusing on the efficiencies, which is what I preach, the only building you're struggling with is this one. And that's just not worth $100 to me. How do you get more Metron? As in Metron Cascade? Metron Cascade, the FT. Speaking of things, I need to go pull territory. You mean Metron Particles? You need an alliance with 3-star territory. Let me actually get all these pulls in because I always forget them. You can also low chance in here pull them, but you need an alliance with territory. And Metron Particle, this is a great opportunity to give a shout out to territory.lol. So 1 second, I'll pull it up and show you. I'll show you. Particles. All right. So on the screen, anywhere you see a yellow hue has Metreon. So 3-star, 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 3-star. Seeing a theme. You need a 3-star territory. And keep in mind that not only do you need a 3-star territory, you then have to have an alliance that turns on the service. But that's what you need if you need Metreon Particles. The way to get them without that is doing that territory refine you saw, but the percentage chance of that pull is very low and annoying. Very low and annoying. But that's your answer. Territory.lol, by the way. If you're ever looking for services to get, cost calculators, and there you go. There you go. Shout out to Gherkin. I'll put this together. But we have... What are these people here? That's why I like to thank those people. There's so many people who do things that y'all don't even know that help you out. Like the community mod. Not many people know Net, but Net runs the community mod. So, shout out to those people. How can I get the attack cube? Kishara artifact. The Kishara artifact. Here, I'll pull this just to see. Do we get Metreon? Pull. No Metreon. So, just a reminder here, I'm going to show it on the screen. Free-to-play route to the Metreon. To the Kishara artifact. Let me get these queued up. So I can actually go look while it's and let it be working. So in the Alliance tournaments, store right here, Kishara artifact. Now you must be in Masters League with your Alliance to get it. It's either that or $100. That or $100. You're showing us recently how boost effectiveness approach is meaningless over time. Is there a way to tell through Spice Club whether ours are effectively there yet? The only thing that you can tell in Spice Club is where your number is. But keep in mind that, like I tried to really emphasize in the video, that yes, Scopely loves to use this efficiency paradigm, but at the same time, the bigger the number is, the more this curve is important. Because remember, you're only seeing this with 100 on the side, right? So this vertical axis is only showing you 100. Turn that vertical axis into 1,000,000, then you really do want 1,000%, right? Turn this vertical axis into 2,000,000, then you really want 2,000%, right? So yes, it gets lower and it gets less and less efficient the more you get, but the higher this number is, the more you still want that down the way. So it's just finding that balance for yourself. For me, the reason I really wanted to bring that up is specifically for the spinners we have out there, like Arc, right? I don't want Arc to pay for 1,000% and not know what they're paying for. Now, Arc, I'm just using you as an example because clearly you're a spinner, and that's completely fine. Like, I want Arc to know that if they bought 300%, the next 300% they buy is not as valuable, even though it will cost the same amount of money. Right? So that's the logic frame I'm working from. I just want people to understand what is there. King, thank you. Dude, thank you so much for the shout out. Somebody grabbed it. Somebody grabbed it. Frickin' communist. I mean, I can't blame anybody. It's so good. Still there? No, it's not. Oh, reboot the game is what you're saying. Reboot. Thank you, King. Good old Scopely. Good old Scopely. Gotta get a good old fashioned rebooting. Fashioned rebooting. All right. Come on. I hope it's still there. Thank you, King Eagle, for letting me know, though. I do try to communicate for big ones like that. All right, let's see. We got it. Where's that? Come on, load, dang you. Dang it, load. My goodness, why, Scopely? Fudge sickles on toast. Why? Got it. Thank you, King Eagle. I appreciate it. I do appreciate it, truly. Let me go in there and do this. Obviously, the Alliance has an incentive to help Alliance mates find those tasks because that's a 10K task that helps everybody. That's me scoring points for the Alliance, right? So that's 10,000 more points for the Alliance, improving our ranking, improving what we earn in rewards. So it's good for everybody. That's why you don't depend on the automatic refresh. True. All right. Just arrived to level 50 waves and is different. Not sure what I can do to help best as lower power in that wave. Well, I mean, generally speaking, when it comes to waves, what you can do to help is at least take out the miners and bring a specialty ship to fight the specialty hostiles. Because generally, even a weaker player can punch up on a specialty hostile using the specialty ship. So, for example, a Monavine fighting Texas-class hostiles. A Voyager fighting species 8472. Like, so even if you are no longer strong enough to like really help defeat like the FKR hostiles in a wave, you can do the miners and the specialty ships to try to help out as much as you can. All right. Can you please show a fast way to grind G4 miners? What exactly do you mean, El Jefe? Also, King, do you need me to burn through refreshes too? Because I know people can run out of them. I've got like 90,000 at the moment. If you need me to do refreshing for people. Oh, he says I refresh and reboot client after every one. I never trust the client itself. I mean, that's fair. I mean, it's sad that the game is at that point, right? But I don't blame players for feeling that way. I don't blame y'all at all for feeling that way. Let me do these pulls. So we're gonna do a 100 chest pull. This is a great opportunity to show y'all what I get from 100 chest doing mirror grind. Not only am I getting the rep, but I'm getting lag, which is always appreciated. 42, 64, for, yeah, it's what, 16,000 faction credits? That's a thumbs up. That's a thumbs up. That's nice. Who doesn't want free faction credits? That's good. Real life calls, James. Thank you so much for hanging out. Appreciate you very much. Also, we've been live for about an hour. If y'all haven't already, hit the like button and hope you're having a fantastic day. You're done and have 70,000 left to keep seeking the free-to-play task. Cool, King. Just wanted to ask because, like I said, we bring up all the time. If you want to get more of those tasks, it's a slow, like it snowballs. But once you save up those 10K tasks, you can then build a horde of refresh tokens, which is why I currently have, 91,000, because I do the 10K task and I work with my alliance, so I don't have to burn all 90,000 myself. So again, you just saw that here. Shout out to King Eagle for helping. Say, hey guys, I'm looking for this task, and you call out good free-to-play tasks that appear. Like, this is not a free-to-play task. It's obviously buying a pack. So this is an automatic refresh, right? But this is free-to-playable. You let people know this is free-to-playable. You let people know. And if y'all are doing that and working together as a team, you can have it saved up where you don't run out of refresh. So, all right. I think I've already got all the mining I need. So we're going to move that back because we got to actually get that ready. The Sompec for tomorrow. And I still got to do Anomalous Phenomenon. I might just do that with a Borg cube. Does Pellia work in solo waves? Pellia works anywhere. Pellia is one of those officers that works anywhere there's ISO. I mean, short answer, yes. I guess I could have just straight up answered the question. Yes, it does. But she works everywhere. Anywhere there's ISO, and short answer, basically anything in the game these days deals ISO. Players, hostiles, anything new coming out does ISO. So, And you definitely want things like Pelia in solo waves because they do a lot. Now, the best thing to help you in solo waves is the Apex Shred favor in the factions. But yeah, I mean, below decks are very important. You going off 60 day? I'm pushing towards it. So like I'm getting all of my upgrades and refresh done. I'm going to go through a lot of research here in a second. As in burn through a lot of mats and everything. But very, very soon. Very, very soon. Like I've also got to burn through all these buildings. See, they're not quite where they need to be. I've already got the building to 57 going. But yeah. EGS scope will make it easier to upgrade the starbase. It's kind of dead content. No. As dead content implies, they're not messing with it. It's just one of their, famous flops. Now in the future, could they go back and do that? Maybe. But I'm definitely not calling it as like, oh, they're doing that. Let me tell you. It's actually going to be good. Not telling y'all that. If I have a few hundred ISO defense, would Pelia be a better side piece? I can't really justify Pelia on the side. I'm not a huge fan of Pelia as an officer. But let's bring her up so we can all see together. Because I think it's good. I know most of y'all don't memorize what I'm saying, which is fine. Here's Pelia. Got Brain Melting Secrets. Reduces ISO damage received from non-armada hostiles by 15%. It's not honestly mathematically that great. ISO defense is better. Remember, the easiest way I can say why it's better is remember this is a division, right? So like you're going to take whatever their ISO damage is and you're going to divide it by this. Granted, this is adding up all your other ISO defensive stats. That matters more than, a small reduction because those ISO numbers they have can be so high that if you dropped it by a little Paquito amount, you're not really doing much. Whereas division is always, let's put it this way. Division is more valuable than subtraction. How's that work? Is that like simple enough? Say that logic works. Division's always more effective than subtraction. Oddly, the best Gorn crew I've found is Stranger World Pike with Pelia and Chapel on sides. So Gorn are ISO-specific hostiles. I would say that's not my best run, but I can see why that's a good run. The Gorn, funny enough, even though they're ISO-based hostiles, are not really that difficult anymore, even though it's not even been that long. But because the game has added in so many things that already affect ISO, like our buildings, actually, I'm going to go ahead and speed that up because I think I have an upgrade waiting. Do not. Dang it, that was a waste of platinum. All right, but it wasn't even this one either. Anyway, crap. ISO. All the specialty buildings are a pain in the butt to remember. Nope, not that one. Yeah, here we go. Finally, DTI. For example, things like this that everybody has, right? This didn't exist when Gorn came out. This alone is helping people take out Gorn. Plus, we also got this. This alone. You don't even need an ISO-based crew anymore. You just need this research in the DTI building and everybody's handling Gorn. So, not that I'm saying you're wrong, Samo. Like, that's not it's just the game has changed so much just from Gorn, but we think of Gorn being a newer special hostile. Like, I do like Tony does. I actually run a loot crew versus Gorn now because everything that's been added to the game has impacted ISO so much that unless you're a new player to Gorn, like you're just now getting into the Gorn space, the average player doesn't struggle with Gorn anymore. It's like, I don't feel the need to make a specific Gorn build. There was a time that was the case. I just don't feel that anymore because of all the different things that have gotten added in. DTI and star charts, keep calling them star charts, star path being the main thing. And that doesn't account for having things like Pelia below decks or even having things like Nurse Chapel below decks, where my level 29 account, I think I'm 2 shards away from unlocking Nurse Chapel. That's crazy, right? I don't have her yet. Let me check how close I am. For those curious, I'm getting Nurse Chapel shards from doing the officer redeem using the IA currency. Right here. I just pull this every day because I've got nothing I can do with it on 29. And remember, there is a cap of 5,000 on this currency. So if you're sitting at the cap anyway, well, you might as well pull for the officers because you can just pull it again today or pull it again tomorrow. So actually, she's not in that one. Pelly is in that one. How do I get so much Nurse? Oh, I must have got her from, I must have got Nurse Chapel from a couple of the like flash passes and stuff because I'm really close to her. All right, here, let me pull up the other account just so we can view it. Just so we can view it. I incorrectly just said Chapel's in here. She's not. I do have a lot of Chapel, but I do almost have Pelia unlocked. And see, I pull this one every day. What do we get? A Nesmith, and I've almost got Dane, which Dane doesn't help me yet for this, but I'll tell you, as a level 29, this below deck of Dane, that's worth its weight in gold press latinum. And I'm now 4 away from that. Like getting a 20%, 20 impulse is a lot when you're down at level 29. So that'll be great. Yeah, I mean, just do your pulls. Do your pulls. So, just checking all the things I need to go ahead and pull since I'm already in. Here we go. All right. Select. Go ahead and make this gun more pew-pewer. Might as well start doing my dailies and stuff over here. And let me see, do I have a Borg probe grind task available? I do not. Dang it. That's annoying. All right, I'm gonna refresh the 2 refreshes I have left. See if they come in. Go do our pulls while we answer questions. All right, remember when I didn't have Janeway? That sucked doo-doo. You mean Janeway the officer or Janeway the fleet commander? Scope on Pokemon Go. Will they have a catchable triple? You will. I would say there's a 99% chance you will not see a crossover. One, you've got to get Pokemon, people who own the IP, to agree to that. And you got to get Paramount to agree to it. While I personally, as a fan of both IPs, would love that crossover. Don't expect that to happen. So I would love it. On a scale of 1 to 10, I think that has a 0 of happening. But I would love it. I think that'd be really dope. All right. Select. Hey, we just unlocked Keenzer. Nice. If it's free, it's for me. Y'all know how I like free. How does that show 2 things I can claim? Oh, Nerd Nano Pro. All right, cool. All right, let's see if we can get that task. Nope. Reroll. Because I don't feel like I'm going to be able to do that today. Definitely can't even do that. Hey! Oh, it's a crappy one. You know what? I'll do it. It's crappy, but we'll do it. Do what we can do. All right. For those that missed it, Scopely did buy Niantic's game division for, what, $3.5 billion? So for those that missed it, yes. Pokemon Go is under the umbrella of Scopely, which is under the umbrella of Savvy. So, all right. The 72% the max. Joe, are you asking for mitigation? 71.19, 71.2 is max mitigation. If that's what you were asking. You need to pick Q and Toll Raw. Well, Picard Q you can get. Yeah, make sure I'm the right one. Picard you can get for your NX01 loop. Deja's Toll Raw you can get from your Vindicator loop. I'm not going to be able to show you either one of those refineries now. But Vindicator, Officer Refinery, and then your NX01 refinery for Picard Q. Both of those have a free-to-play path, which is nice. This is nice. Dejosh has better sourcing in DTI. Also true. Good call out, Quasel. I'm going to actually boot that other account up just so I can reference it. Although I will acknowledge I'm not dumping into her in DTI right now. There's too many other things in DTI I'm going for, but yes. But yes. Captain Pikachu, that's lovely. That's lovely. Absolutely lovely. Let me go look at that faction store real quick. It's lagging. Sorry. Oh, I know why I'm not pulling her yet. I don't have the rank Temporal Investigator yet. That would explain it. I don't have the rank. I'm 15,000 away from Special Agent. So, but you're right. I guess I could just pull up the chart. I could pull up the chart and do it that way. You do some swarm tasks for the Alliance? I appreciate that, see? I do. Today is the fun day where we take this Vidar to tier 8 at level 29, which is really cool and exciting. I could actually do that now, but if I'm going to go ahead and grind, I might as well try to triple chest pull. But about to take this thing to tier 8 at level 29, which is absolutely crazy. Be fun with too much legal tape? Yep. Joe says, so hold up, if mitigation max is only 71.9, surely you've hit that by now. For the various research buildings, meaning putting mitigation crew on a ship is worthless, right? To an extent, yes. It's something that myself and Jules Verne talked about on my live stream on Twitch the other day. Now, there are cases where mitigation can still be valuable. So for example, you get into G6, and these hostiles have insanely high base stat numbers, piercing numbers, defense numbers. You still would like Strange New World officers in that case, but maybe not the mitigation Strange New World officers. I mean, generally speaking, you're right. Mitigation is old hat. I'm not saying it's not important because, for example, if your PvE opponent drops your MIT, it's going to hurt a lot, but it is no longer at the forefront of the battle calculations. That is ISO and Apex at the moment. That is where the meat of your winning or losing is. Now, there are other things that are valuable, like how much of the shield you can negate of your opponent. But mitigation no longer has the impact it once did, and it hasn't for a while. So, it's why with a lot of the favors, the ones I saved to the last, are favors that are based on mitigation. You know, if you look at my star path research, the ones that I've not done yet are the middle row mitigation ones. Certainly worth getting at some point, but doesn't have the impact it once did. Again, big thing that we say always on the channel, more is more. Don't want to ignore it, but at the same time, are you getting a lot for it? You're not. You're not. So, don't ignore it, still get it, but don't prioritize it. Don't prioritize it. Instant warp is always worth it. I feel like that's random. But yes, I agree. Instant warp is good. Just felt like that was a little random, but I do agree with you. Let's get our disco out. I didn't do anomalous phenomenon on the other account yet, so I needed to go do that. But do anomalous phenomenon here. Oh, answering Ryan's question. Okay, Ark. I was confused. Like, I mean, I agree, but it just felt like left field. You know what I mean? But I agree with you. I absolutely agree. I actually have the ability to do jumps on 3 ships on 56, and it's lovely. It's lovely. That is probably an appointment I have. Yep. All right. Always thought mitigation would be more useful. And again, to be clear, mitigation can matter. For example, if you've not been keeping up with things, like maybe you leveled up really quickly, right? You could have terrible mitigation. Just look at a battle report, though. The easiest thing you can do is click open your battle report, click your hostiles that you're hitting every day, and see where your mitigation's at, right? How much are you mitigating versus the standard shot? So I'm mitigating, I mean, this should be max because I'm using PMC, but 15,872. It would help if I could type correctly. 9280. I'm not actually doing max mit yet, but again, my Moreau's not maxed. It's not even tier 3. It's a baby crew. So you could definitely have a point where it still matters a little bit. And depending on where you're at as a player, sure. So check it, like give it a look-see. But I mean, if you're noticing everything you fight, you have max mit, then no, you should be researching other things that matter more. Is there a percent limit on piercing, for example? What do you mean a limit on piercing? I don't understand the question. What do you mean a limit on piercing? And also, just a reminder, if y'all don't remember, we have a mitigation calculator. You can math all this stuff out yourself to see, how effective would I be if I added, 10,000 more mitigation points using base stats here. You can see what it would go to, right? That's why we have this stuff. So give it a look-see and see where you're at. Simple as that. All right. There's a minimum mitigation. Yeah. Again, I wouldn't say that's capping piercing, but I get what you're saying when you word it that way. But I will also add in, Isaac, that we've broken the floor of mitigation multiple times in the game. So does that calculator do ISO Apex? That one, so the one I just had on the screen is just mitigation. We do have an Apex barrier calculator though. And I've also got to talk to our good friend over in the STFC world, Lightbull, he does Spox Club, about doing or updating the calculator to include Apex Shred. Yeah. I'm brand new to Fleet Command and holding off at level 14 now to grind a few commanders and missions. There's nothing wrong with that at all, Bent, and I hope you're having a great time. Welcome into the stream. I'm glad you're here. Always nice to meet other players. Goes as I was just discussed, we just discussed limit on mitigation. I know they exist on health, attack, defense. So I figure piercing is another of the older variables. So, I mean, I guess I'm just trying to understand how exactly you're asking. Like, for example, can you get past 1 million of a piercing stat? Yes. But there's a diminishing return, just like in that slope we've been talking about with efficiency, where in mitigation, let's say that you had 1 million more of the main piercing stat to their defensive stat. If you added 1 million more, are you changing the table? No, it's staying the same. So there is a cap in that sense where no matter how much more you add, you're not going to effectively change what you're doing. And if that's what you were saying, then yes, there is a cap. So it just depends on what part of that equation, I guess, you're throwing numbers into. There is a cap in the sense that, once you get past a certain amount, nothing's going to change anymore. But that's specifically related to what you're fighting. Isaac says, that's because it's going into negative defense stats, which is technically different than piercing, but we're getting off in the weeds. Exactly, Isaac. I'm trying not to get too math nerdy, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. So it just depends on what you're fighting, which is why I said easiest way, instead of getting, unless you want to go completely nerd out with calculators, easiest way is simply pick the hostiles that you fight every day. Just go into the log, quick math calculator, and see where you're at. And if you're in the 60s or you're actually at max 71.12, etc., or 19, then you're good to go. You're good to go. Negatives back into the Galigate days, yeah. Good does. Good times. Good times had by all. But yeah, there are a lot of y'all who do enjoy those type of math things, and if you do enjoy them, I'm more than happy to help you find the tools to figure that out for yourself. I find the process fun, to be honest with you. Maybe that just makes me a weirdo, but I enjoy it. I think it's a lot of fun to do. But yeah, simplest way for the average one out there watching / listening, take a look at your log, do a quick division, see where you're at, and go from there. All right. Just locked Fleet Commander Locutus. Currently running Lorca, Kirk, Sloan, Spock. Is one of them worth replacing with Locutus? So I would replace Spock with Locutus when you're doing PvP like incursions or arenas. That's when I would do that. Incursions or arenas. So like tomorrow, assuming you've actually upgraded Locutus, swap Spock for Locutus. But I don't see enough value in Locutus to keep him up at all times. Now, chat, feel free to chime in. I don't feel like Locutus has enough value to justify that. Maybe somebody disagrees in the chat. Joseph, thank you so much. Also, give my thanks to people at Spock Club. Absolutely. And again, that's why I love to shout out all the people who do the work. Because while I love mathing things out, there's so much that goes on now. I can't do everything. Like, I can't manage all the spreadsheets and make content. Now, I'm very proud to be able to work with a lot of the spreadsheets and contribute to them. But we have an amazing group of people who volunteer for all the content creators. And I feel it's very important to make sure that y'all know they exist and who they are, and that y'all should bug them. Like, y'all should go message Quasel and just say, hey, how's your day going? Do you like pie? Bug them like you bug me. Blow up their DMs like you blow up mine, because they do great work. And also, like Arctic Dread says, hit the like button. And if you're watching right now, if you want to support the channel, remember, I can't do what I do. Like, I can't talk to Scopely. I can't help y'all without the people who support the channel. So liking the video, as well as watching the content, commenting, and if you would like, there are the links in the chat for donation, PayPal, Venmo, Cash App. Look, you don't have to, but it helps out tremendously because bills got to get paid. I mean, electricity is a thing, and y'all are what makes it happen. So greatly appreciate those who do. 7 is better than Locutus for PvP. Sure, I didn't argue that, but they didn't say they had 7. They said Lorca, Kirk, Sloan, Spock, and then who would you swap? Again, I've said it before. I personally believe Locutus is the weakest of the fleet commanders. But at the same time, that doesn't mean you don't want them, right? More is more, especially because of things like always on abilities. You do want to get Locutus, but I would not take up a slot with him unless I just absolutely needed something like a nice extra boost for PvP. Free Gala. I remember Free Gala. Good times. Good times in the game. All right, let's see. Anything else? We are getting close to our wrap-up time. Brandon, great to see you. You need to make an always-on video? You mean explaining the always-on abilities? I do have a lot of people who bring that up and don't understand it. So, I mean, for reference, for those that don't know, these always work. As in, once you research him, whether he's in a chair or out of a chair, this is always on. Hence the always on. These only work when, 1, they were selected, and 2, they're in the chair. So, for example, let's say I had Locutus. All right. Skill tree. Let's say I dumped into titanium memory alloy. This research is always active regardless of whether he's up top or down below. Always. Most fleet commander abilities only work if they're in a seat. The always owns doesn't matter. They're basically just like researches. Do the research. It's always there regardless of what state the fleet commander is in. Their on-off switch is always turned on. All right. Which ones to always have on? A list? Oh, so you mean actually you mean doing a fleet commander list? Like electricity and internet must be paid? I agreed. And I appreciate y'all, those of you who do donate to make that happen. It is very, very much appreciated. Very, very, very much appreciated. Where's Lube today? I knew someone's missing. I don't know where Lube is. Yeah. Hit that like button, please. It costs nothing, but helps them out a lot. You're absolutely right. It does. It does. YouTube has 3 metrics, and this works for all content creators. So even if you don't like Rev, you can go help out a content creator you do like. Every single video, liking, commenting, and viewing all have equal value. If you put a comment and you like the video, you're helping out that content creator a lot. Because remember, on YouTube, the only money I make from YouTube is if y'all donate directly or y'all watch ads, right? So to make a video more viewable, to get pushed out more, they have metrics they measure. The more y'all do of those things, the more my video gets like pushed to other people, the more people that watch it, the more ads get played, the more I make, a couple $100 a month. Pinterest, good to see you. Welcome in. Is your math nerd? Did you celebrate International Pi Day Friday? I mean, I didn't do anything, but yeah, 3.14 is a thing. I didn't really do anything. Keep in mind, though, that Pi Day is a American thing because we're the only ones that do month and day. Well, we're not the only one. We're the main people who do month and day. What about YouTube Premium? YouTube Premium technically pays content creators, but a very, very low amount. we actually make less money from YouTube Premium than from like ads, but at the same time, it's something. Same thing with Twitch Turbo. If you have Twitch Turbo, yes, I get like a small little sliver from that, but an actual subscription gives a lot more. So it helps, but because think of it like it's getting split amongst everybody, a much smaller amount. Think of it, you know what? We're going to use a Twitch way of defining things. YouTube Premium, which I think is really good if you're a consumer, it's good to have. YouTube Premium and Twitch Turbo are the communism way of paying content creators because it takes the money and spreads it out to everybody equally. Whereas donating directly or subscribing directly is the capitalistic way. You're specifically saying this person deserves my money because they have a better product. The other people do not. YouTube Premium says, okay, everybody gets the cut. Donations say you get the cut. So communism versus capitalism. There you go. Fun little oversimplified political analogy. Very, very oversimplified. So, but I would say, let me be very clear. If you're a person who watches a lot of YouTube, like let's say you do YouTube more than you do regular TV, it makes sense to have YouTube Premium. I get that. I'm just letting you know how it works for me. Twitch and YouTube are communist. Yep, exactly what I said. Oh gosh, I appreciate y'all, and I hope y'all have fun. I love that y'all are here, and I have a great time with y'all. All right, let's get this done. I get all these tasks done. I've got to go help a lady named Miss Rivers. She's always having issues. She's a nice lady. I'm gonna respond to her. All right. All right. You have and you like YouTube Premium? Awesome. I'm definitely not encouraging people to not have YouTube Premium. Let me make that very clear. I'm just saying that if you want to support the content creator and you're able, the best way are the links. If you want to sign up for membership, my website has that with monthly things like Iron Fister. He's going to be playing video games with me, right? And he does that because he signed up on my website, revduce.com. If y'all want to come play Rust and stuff, though, strongly recommend you do. It's fun. Jen Iffer. Thank you for signing up to be a member on the channel, Jen. I do appreciate you. Jen also streams on YouTube for any of y'all, on Twitch. For any of you who like watching and hanging out with people in the community, Jen also streams. Feel free to tell everybody where to find you, Jen. I'm about to wrap up. What's your power 53 when you push 56? What was it? I know an easy way to find out. Let's go to YouTube and let's go find when Rev was at 53. Go find when Rev was at 53. All right, videos. Boop. Let's see. How many months ago was that? Fleet Commander Lork. I definitely was 53 then, right? All right, that's 172. That was 6 months ago, 172. Let's see. How about when we did our tax video? That was a good video. Where were we for my taxes? Did I even have it on the screen for my taxes? 273 there. It was close to 300 million. It was close to 300 million. So, it was somewhere in that range. It was somewhere in that range. Let's just say 300 milli. Put that out there. All right. All the reason I'm sitting at 248 at 53 and debating on my next push. Always good to set you out a plan and say, hey, these are my goals. This is what I'm trying to reach for. Nothing wrong with that at all. Absolutely great way to do things. All right. All right, y'all. We've hit time. So I got to wrap up because I got to go help out this lady. Appreciate y'all. If y'all need anything, y'all have any questions, Discord me, X me, Facebook me, any other things. I love and appreciate y'all. I hope y'all have had a great time. I've had a blast. Thank y'all for being here. It's awesome how Rev can track his progress through videos that were made. It is honestly the easiest way for me to do it. Like, It is kind of crazy. But love and appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all later today, maybe. I don't know. We're gone. I'm just gonna wrap up because I gotta get out of here. Thank y'all for being here.
An even better outro than the intro. For the Empire and glory to your house.